Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Cersei. Hello, Bruce. Sorry I was a little late there. Max had stepped in some litter, so we had to clean his paw off. So, hope everybody is doing well. And Yoda's being a misfit, apparently, and trying to eat some tape. Get right, kid. So, I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday, Catterday, pre-Easter day. You just got to put it back in the garage. Go ahead. Hello there, kit. Yeah, we're going to be starting some physical therapy on Max here to do some strengthening of his legs and doing some balancing also to help him out a little bit. Hello there, Philip. Hope you are doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Miss Whites. You say you don't want to be on camera, but you're going to be in the camera's area.
Don't forget to ask that question.
Hello there, Karma. Hope you're doing well. Whites. I did have a question. Hello there, Catitude. Hope you're doing well. I did have a question for those that are in chat right now. I think it's probably has to do with allergies or it's a behavioral thing. So my wife has a coworker, or my wife has a coworker who has a older cat, like 15 or so, who for a few years has always been itching and scratching to the point, like up here, like right in this area, with like their back claws, and does it so much where their hair is kind of basically gone up in that area. So I think it's a behavioral issue. Nothing ever shows up on blood work. Nothing ever shows up on an exam. Like their vet doesn't see anything. So just seeing if anybody had any thoughts or any ideas. Like I said, this older cat. Hello there, Roz. Hope you're doing well. This my wife's older coworker is always scratching like right here. My thought was like ticks, fleas, but they never see anything. Then I'm thinking like food allergies maybe. But they've done it for years. So I think it's like some kind of behavioral thing. I know cats can just kind of get ticks, if you will. Not like a tick that's on your body, but like a nervous disorder tick. Flea allergy, yeah, I was thinking the same catitude, but they have no fleas. These are inside cats. Not that that means anything, because inside cats can get fleas easily, just as much as outside cats do. You can bring a flea in. So it's kind of hard to say. Thank you, Roz, for that super. Appreciate it. Bruce, you're thinking a nurse habit? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But she wanted me to just ask the community on what it could be. I think if they've done it for years, it's probably not like a parasite or anything. I think it's like some kind of behavioral issue of some sort. But I don't know. Karma sounds like they might have some kind of anxiety issue or neurological problem. Yeah, and I asked my wife if she could ask her coworker, like, has there been any like changes over the years? And they said not really. Now, I will say this person, they live out in the country. So who knows? I don't know. I just wanted to ask though. Philip, you had a cat and a dog when you were little that did the same thing. We had to put shirts on them. Vaguely remember it being a food allergy. Catitude, it only takes one flea bite to set off an allergy. You had a couple. That's what the vet told you. The thing about that, though, Catitude, if you have like one flea, you're going to have multiple fleas, usually. So, I don't know. I don't know. Also, for today's live, I am going to go a little bit longer. I'm going to maybe experiment. Maybe, yeah, I know you're right on me, honey. Experiment for like about a 2 hour live instead of one. So I'm going to go a little longer on Saturdays now. Everybody can see Kit's butt. She is saying hello. This is my hiney. Adam, is she showing any signs of cat acne? I would have to ask the coworker, Roz. I'd have to have my wife ask her because I don't know. But I'll keep that in the back of my mind though the next time that they're on Monday. Hello there, Betty. Hope you're doing well. Hello there, boobers. We know you're doing good, aren't you? Yes, you're a little nutcase. I also wanted to thank everybody who has been able to watch that very long diabetic video. I probably won't make any video that length again. I will probably make things shorter now, but just thank you all for who have watched that, and hopefully it has been helpful and eye-opening to those who have. Ross, sometimes a cat can get acne. Your kitty Luna gets it under her chin. Yeah, this isn't though really. I don't think this is acne though, because it's like they're itching like up here, and there's like a bald spot up here. So I don't know. I was thinking more behavioral. Maybe they're anxious. They're an anxious little kitty. Bruce, what's going on with Oreo today? Just under the weather? I hope to be able to show everybody Max today. I know you all love Max. We had to, like I was saying in the beginning of this live, we had to, he had stepped in some litter again, and it kind of sticks when he pees, it kind of sticks on his paw, so we have a combination of some pee and litter, and we got to get him under the sink, unfortunately, and get that off of him. So he was not a happy camper with us earlier. Max, though, will be having a dental on Monday. So hopefully that'll help with his gingivitis, and that'll give him some clean, happy teeth again. And hopefully we won't have any extractions, but we might. We definitely might. Karma Zelda is doing fair. You know her. She just keeps on chugging along. She's doing well. It's like you wouldn't even know she has diabetes. Kit. Is that necessary, honey? Roz could to do with a little bit of anxiety. She's having a currently moving a lot of stuff around. Yeah, for sure. Bruce Oreo is under the weather because it's raining and he's sleeping more. Okay. He's at your Rice Krispies box, Whites. So, like I was saying, Max has a dental on Monday, and I have a gallbladder removal surgery on Friday. So, I probably will not be doing a weekend live next week. And also, my little wound here, I showed you all this last time. It's getting better, it's healing, but it still is ugly. But that's life. Kit, yes, I know you like to prop your butt in the air. How's everybody's weather? What's the weather like where you're at? We're a little muggy today. We're probably like in the 80s or so, but the humidity is up, so it's a little sticky outside. Philip, I appreciate the kind words. Storming up in your area. Karma, it's 82 up in Virginia. You got some rain in the 70s. Bruce out there in Indiana. Roz, when I had my colonoscopy, Roz, last Friday, they were trying to get my IV started, and they blew 2 veins. So the third one they finally got in, but where that wound was, it's not a wound, but where that healing was, there was a hematoma there, because apparently, I guess maybe they dug the IV a little bit too far in, and it caused the hematoma in that area. Catitude, you're 86 and sunny. Roz, it's pleasant enough here. You're on Easter breaks. Okay. I always heard Roz in the UK, it's always like gloomy. Year round, it's gloomy. I would like to visit the UK though sometime. I think that'd be pretty cool. Been to Ireland, so that's kind of close to the UK. Probably isn't all that different, but maybe it is. Maybe, Bruce. Maybe. Oh, also, just a little heads up for everybody. This will probably air sometime next week. Hello there, Olivia Venus. Can you steal the cat? Sure. Come on over. I got 9, so which one you want? This one, we have tuxedos and we have tabbies. We have orange tuxedos. We have calicos. Not orange tuxedos. That's an orange tuxedo. A tabby. We have calicos. This here particular one here, Olivia, is this is Kit. A little thing about Kit though, she's very attention happy. She was a foster fail when we were fostering. She was our only adult foster. Boy, kidders. Also, though, Olivia, this one can escape through screened-in porches like the one we're in right now. She tore through a screened-in porch a few years ago, chasing a squirrel. Oh, what I was saying is next week sometime, we are going to be showcasing a new kind of like show, I guess, on this channel. It's going to be something kind of silly. It's called the Cat Kingdom Chronicles. It's very silly, though. Just look for a little bit of a preview of it sometime next week. All the cats will have different names and things like that, and it'll be like, I don't know, like a little soap opera. Yoda! Come on, Yoda. Come on out, Yoda. Yoda. You gonna get in your pink hammock, Yoda? Hello there, Tranquil. Hope you're doing well. If anybody is new, hello. If you're new to this channel, hello, hello. We do save cats around here. So if that's something you want to be part of as you're watching this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Feel free to say hello in chat. Yeah, Karma, it's going to be more on the lighter side. So the way I'm thinking right now, Karma, with this channel, it's like I'm going to making videos that are like more educational, like that diabetes thing. And then I'm also going to now being like a little like goofy little series that has some humor in it too. So it's a little combination of things. I know, Yoda, you like your fish. We'll go catfishing here. Olivia, there are cats there down here that are homeless for sure. That's everywhere. Do you live in the U.S., Olivia? Yeah, this will be like a Karma. This will be like a little plot, so or like I said, a little TV show. So like Yoda, his name will be like Prince Yoda the Loud, because he's a bit of a loudmouth, even though he never is loud on these live streams. So he is very loud when he meows. So it'll be Prince Yoda the Loud. The baby here, because she's got split personality. Her name is something. I think it's like Lady Baby of the Mini Moods. I think Lady Baby of the Mini Moods or something like that. I forgot what Kit's name is. They all have names. Olivia, you do live in the U.S. Okay. Do you have cats yourself, Olivia? Pandora. Pandora. Yeah, Karma, it's something that I'm kind of like having chat GTP help me write some scripts and stuff like that. Tranquil, having some issues. Well, you can adopt these 9, Olivia, if you want. This is the baby. You already know Kit, who went inside. The tuxedo here in the gray hammock is Tiny. She's a tiny 18-pound cat. This little tuxedo goofball is Yoda. The orange cat over there is Tang, or Orangey. The white cat in the box here that you can barely see, that's Pandora. And there are still 4 more upstairs. Rosemary is doing well. You know, she's her little nutty self. Hi, baby. You're a good girl. So she's doing well. We'll see her in a little bit, Roz. Tranquil, you got a welfare check from a cop. Oh, okay. Well, I'm assuming that wasn't on like intentional, but I hope that went okay. All things considered, of course. Hey, Kit, are you back for more, honey? You said you just can't help but to be wanting attention. Olivia, the one that looks like the calico here, looks like your uncle's kitty. Yoda, you're so lazy. Catitude, yeah, the tuxedos, right? They all do definitely look alike. And then we still have Max, obviously, but he's very, you know, with his walking, he's obviously you can get him pretty quickly, or what he looks like. But yes, they all do definitely look alike. Kit, Kit. Hi, honey. You don't need to attack the baby. Yeah, I appreciate the compliment, Roz. She's very needy, though. It'd probably be very, you know, hard to imagine at one point in time where Kit wasn't affectionate, but she's very affectionate now. But she did come from a little bit of an abused background, from what our understanding is when we started fostering her. And she definitely acted like it, because for a very long time, you know, we had her in a room just by herself just so she can kind of like decompress and relax. And quite often, she just would stay under the bed, and obviously she'd eat, drink, and all that stuff, but she wouldn't come close to us at all. But just over, time, and patience, just kind of being closer to her, she eventually warmed up to us. And now, in all honesty, she's probably like the most demanding for attention. I think out of these 9. You gonna bite me, kid? You gonna bite me? You gonna gnaw on my finger? You gonna gnaw on my finger? Is it a tasty finger? Roz, Luna's very needy now, or especially since we lost. Was Luna and Jasper close? Roz? Were they like related in any way, or were they just close to each other? Pandora. Pandora. Here, Bruce, I'll get a little bit closer. Hold on, let me get Pandora over here a little bit more. There, Pandora. I know we went on a little ride, didn't we? Roz, how can anybody do anything to animals, right? Dogs, cats, any kind of critters. How does that kind of thing happen? As you can see, Pandora has a big mouth. Does anybody think that any of their cats would like love water? Like say a swimming pool, would dive into that swimming pool and do some laps around a pool? Because we think Miss Pandora here, she would be the type of cat that would do that. Oh, yeah, I know, Pandora. Bruce, what am I mailing Pandora? That is true, but Bruce, she is in a box. Oh. Catitude, you never had a kitty that liked water. Philip, are we going to see a kiddie pool in the future? It is definitely a potential, Philip, especially with this series that I'm doing, this kind of like silly series that I'm starting with these 9 cats. I might have to have like a little kiddie pool or something for some dramatic effect. Maybe, actually. We'll see. Roz, yes, Luna and Jasper were extremely close. Luna is 3 years old when she was 8 years old, exactly when you adopted Jasper. Jasper took to Luna instantly. Okay. Sugar might like a kiddie pool, Karma. She paws at the water bowl. I know that big mouth. That big mouth. Hi, are you dramatic? Is anybody doing anything special for Easter tomorrow? Visiting family, traveling? Just hanging at home? Wait. I know. Your claws. Your daggers, honey. You know, it's your fish, isn't it? No, it's my fish, honey, not your fish. Karma, you're just hanging at home. Roz, you saw some horrendous sights when you worked at the RSPCA as an animal care assistant for 3 years. So I got abused kitties and doggies after 3 years. You left the RSPCA business looking after cats. Just another day for you, catitude. Okay. Roz, after leaving the RSPCA, you set up your own pet sitting. Okay. Do you still have that, Roz? Are you still doing that? All right, kid. I'll give you some attention, girl. Bruce, you're gonna go to the cemetery so your daughter can put some flower on Mom's grave. Then, okay, going out to you. Okay. Bit of a somber then day, somewhat there, Bruce. Sounds like. Tranquil, you had a bit of a dramatic day. Yep. Bruce, is your daughter getting pretty excited? Doesn't she graduate like in a month or so? And she's done, right? I mean, or does she still have like testing to do to get like fully licensed, or and does she already have a place that she's going to be working at? Get. Okay. We're going to hang out with these guys for a few more minutes, and then we are going to go inside and hang out with the others for a bit. I still would like to do 2 hours, and I still might do 2 hours, but we will see. Hi, baby girl. Hello there, is it Nabil? Nabil? Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, the baby. Ron's not doing anything special. A dog. I am going away next weekend to see your family. Pet sitter who is alive and pet sitter will be there to take care. Okay. What would be everybody's kind of like dream place to go to for a trip? My wife and I have always talked about like Japan and Australia. Roz, you still do have your pet sitting business? Okay, I hope it's doing well. I hope hopefully you are, hopefully it's doing well. Karma, you're still working on getting a gazebo screen. Okay, nice. Roz, you've been in animal care for 12 years. Cool. I guess in a way, I mean, technically, I haven't really been in animal care per se. I have worked at animal hospitals, and I have obviously you've had kitties for a very long time. But I guess I haven't necessarily been in. Well, I guess working in an oh, there's a hawk. That's not a hawk. That's a crow. We got a crow kit. Been in there for a while doing that kind of stuff. Tranquil, yep, I know Oregon. Would there be any place out of the country, Tranquil, like out of the United States, that you'd like to go to? Bruce, she'll be staying at the animal hospital, the one that she's working at. So she already has a job. Awesome. Catitude. Australia sounds cool, but you don't fly. You just don't like flying, Catitude, or an experience that you had, maybe? Karma, you don't travel anymore since after truck driving. Okay. Philip, your brother and you went to Sweden, Norway, and Finland. It's a fantastic trip. Like to do it again. Going to Japan would be cool. And also visiting. I don't know what that country is, Philip. I don't even know how to say that country, so I'm not sure what that is. Pripyat? Pripyat? Tranquil, France. Okay. Go to the Eiffel Tower, huh? Catitude, just plain scared to even try. My wife and I, we've been on quite a few plane rides. Some are more interesting than others with turbulence, for sure. Baby, really? Isn't this a bit dramatic for you? Tang, you gonna climb up higher? You gonna be a little spider kitty over there, Tang? I know you like those high places, don't you? Let's go visit Tang for a second. Hi, Tang. Hi. What's up, buddy? Are you the screen kitty? Karma, you knocked Hawaii off of your bucket list. I think it'd be cool sometime to go on a cruise to Hawaii and be able to like visit the islands. Like Island a Day or something like that. I think would be pretty cool. Tranquil, not Paris, but the rural side, the countryside. Okay, okay. Yes, orangey. I orange. Rose, your pets are in business. It's doing really well, mainly looking after cats. Your clients that go on holidays, taking care of their animals in their home, popping a few times a day and just providing service. Okay. Yes, Tang, are you doing a little bit of a walk? Hi, Tang. Yeah, Catitude. It is hard to tell on a live stream, but it's screened in. Yeah, there's no way, no way we would trust these cats being out here with no screen. They'd be all over creation out here. They would go, out there into the woods and out there into the farms, and may never be seen again. Yoda. Yoda. Hi. All right, cats. We are gonna go inside. Come on, Kit. Go on. Go on, Kit. Let's see who listens and who doesn't. Kit, go in. Go on. Kit, go on. So Kit kind of listened. Tang, in. Tang. Tang. Go in. Go on. Come on, Tang. Go on, Tang. Okay, so Tang kind of listened. Pandora. Come on, Pandora. Come on. Come on, Whites. Go on, Pancakes. Go on, Pandora. Go on, Pandora. Yoda, you're just going from one hammock to the other. Come on, Yoda. Come on. Yoda. Go on. Go on, Yoda. Yes, Philip. Pandora is, she talks back to you like a misbehaving child for sure. All right, baby. You're last. Now, this is the one I'm going to have to move because she's not going to move willingly. She's a stubborn little calico. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Baby, I know you want to be out here. And if we had a glass, like a sunroom where this was glass and not screens, we'd have these kitties out all the time. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Baby, get in there. All right. Goodness. Yes, Tang and Tiny. Do you all just own the counter over here? Yoda. I know, remember this Yoda from last time? And we have a new box for Kit here since she destroyed the other one. Really, you two? Oh, well, there went the mouse under the bed, or under the couch. Is it gone, Tiny? You gonna get it, Kit? Or not Kit, Yoda? Oh well, that's gone. I'll have to get it later. Hi, Orange. Oh, what's up, buddy? Orangey. Hi, Pandora. Is this the box you want to get shipped in instead? It's bigger. You said you can get some toys and some food in here in a little small little box for you. No? All right, let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs and let's voice crack in there. Let's go check on some of these other cats. You'll take care of that. Yeah, you got that. Whites. Pandora. Pandora. Yes, I know you're talkative. So she's also a squeak toy. So sometimes when she gets picked up, she squeaks. We think she swallowed a squeak toy when she was a baby. All right, let's go upstairs. Let's see if we can find Max. Usually he's under this bed. But not today. We're gonna go visit Rosemary instead. Hi. Yes, we cleaned this carpet last week, and guess what? Rosemary puked on it. So it went about a week or so, and she's like, nope, I'm not having clean carpet in my room. It's gonna have puke on it again. Isn't it? Mm. You were a naughty little girl, weren't you? What's under there? Yes, it sure does, Tranquil, but it's the cat's couldn't have waited at least a week or so, or a couple of weeks, and there's another puke stain there too. I mean, we just cleaned this a week ago. This is why eventually we will have a home that doesn't have any carpet at all. It'll just be like tile, or it'll be LVP flooring or hardwood, something. Just not carpet anymore, though. And I guess I got another scratch there. Yes, Tranquil, it definitely did just pop outs. But hey, at least she's pooping. Zelda's been pooping, which is good. Max has been pooping, which is good. So our main concerning poopers have been pooping. Yeah, Philip, we have kind of something like that. I mean, we have like a full like steam cleaning machine in the garage, and then we have like a smaller machine for upstairs. And then we also have like there's a couple like stain cleaner like sprays that we have too. Hi, baby girl. Oh, hi, honey. I know you want to be like right on me, don't you? It's a good thing. You all should be very happy that your phones, like, you don't have like smell-o-vision, because I will say sometimes with Rosemary's poop that she has in her litter box, it is definitely a little stinky. Sometimes I don't know what these cats are eating. Because whew, goodness, it's an eye opener and it's a nose opener, and it's like, whew, goodness gracious, it is something. It is strong. You get some strong smelling poopies, honey. You're like, yep, just for you. In my scrawny little squirrel-like body. Hi, baby girl. Which water fountain you going to, honey? Hello there, Raph. Raph, how long do you guys leave stuff in the litter box, or do you? Oh no, definitely don't screw. I would. I mean, that'd be a full time. I would have to pay somebody, Raph, to do, to scoop it like right away. Into the night. Into the night. Philip, have yourself a awesome weekend. A good Easter, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Oh, take care. I will, though, say, Raph, also partly to answer your question, though, too, recently, because of Max's dirty paws, him just, he pees and then he gets litter in his pee and then we got to clean it out. Um, Roz, you're heading out too. Roz, hope you have yourself a good rest of your night out there in the UK. It was nice seeing you as always. I hope you have a good Easter out there, Roz. Take care. What I was saying is because Max is having, with his neuropathy, dragging his back feet a little bit too much. I've been cleaning it out like in the morning, like once I get up in the morning, just to kind of keep it more empty, like a couple of the litter boxes, the ones upstairs that he has access to, and then also still though at nighttime as well. Hi, honey. Come here, baby girl. Ugh. Come here. All right, so normally I'd have about 10 minutes left here, an hour, but I think I'm going to just do a little experiment on today's live. And I'm going to go for 2 hours, so I'm going to go another hour or so. Obviously, people pop in and pop off when they want. That, and I'm not going to be on next Wednesday or next Saturday, anyways. I'll be recovering from that surgery. So it's very, very, very unlikely that I will be having a live next Saturday, anyways. But the cool thing, though, the following Saturday, which I think is May the 3rd, I want to say that me and Shelly off of I Am Raven, we're going to be having another dual live stream again. Hello there, Glare Bear. Happy Easter to you too. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well today, my friend. Hello there, Ryan. Nice to see you on this Saturday. Hope you're doing good today. Yeah, Catitude. It'll be like a Q&A. So what we're gonna do in our communities, like a week or so, 10 days or so, or something like that, before we have that joint live stream, we're gonna have viewers like submit questions, and then we're going to answer the questions during the live stream. So something a little different, but I think something that people will enjoy seeing though as well. We're probably going to hang with Rosie here for a little bit. And then obviously we're going to go back downstairs because we are going to go 2 hours today instead of one. All of these kitties are doing well. Those who might have just popped on, Max is having a dental on Monday. So hopefully that'll help Max's teeth. Being diabetic, teeth health is very important for cats, just like a human. Teeth health is very important. You want to make sure that you have good, healthy teeth, healthy gums as a diabetic. Excuse me. So hopefully they will not have to extract any of Max's teeth, but it's just one of those things you don't know until you get in there. And once they're in there, then they'll be able to tell. But hopefully he won't have to have any extractions. One dental a long time ago for Zelda, unfortunately, she had like 9 teeth pulled out at once, which was quite a lot. And rather annoyingly and irritatingly, the place that did this, they didn't give us any kind of antibiotics or anything, which we thought was a bit odd. And what wound up happening is she wound up getting an abscess around her jawline, and we had to take her back in. Thankfully, this was all free because this was kind of their mess up to begin with. But they had to wind up putting a needle and aspirating the fluid that was building up, and then they started her on a course of antibiotics after the fact. Why we didn't get antibiotics after the dental, I don't really understand. Um, I know that there's like, I guess there's some new research that some places they don't do antibiotics after the fact. But to me, if you have a diabetic, then you want to have some extra antibiotics on hand after the fact just to knock down any kind of, bacteria. Um, so I don't know. This didn't make a lot of sense to me. And the place, the thing is though, that was a pretty good place before that incident, before that happened. We went there and we're happy there, and thought that we were in a good place. But after that, we just like, nope, we're gonna find somewhere else. And thankfully, we found one of the few in North Carolina cat only hospitals that are in the state. There's only a handful of like cat only vets that are in North Carolina. There's only a handful of cat only vets. Really, I think in most states, I would imagine. Maybe some have none. But I am thinking of getting working back in an animal hospital again. And if I do that, I definitely will try to find a cat only one because dogs are good, dogs are cool, but cats are more of my thing, as y'all know. You got the licky lickies, Rosie. You licking them toes. Hi, Rosie. It's probably almost nap time for Miss Rosemary here. Yep, getting into position. Catitude, you only have 2 cat-only vets where you live. You went to one for a while, but they were so exotic. Yeah, I will say that. I mean, they are a little bit more expensive, but I don't know. I feel like their expertise in like cats only is just beneficial, especially for us because we have obviously so many kitties. You can find good vets anywhere, of course. But it's just like our preference is cat only because I think a lot of vets and it's not their fault. I don't think I don't blame them or anything, but I think that there are too many vets that like kind of like look at cats as like little dogs basically. But they're completely different, obviously. just in something like illnesses. I'm sure most of you've been around cats long enough that sometimes it's difficult to tell if a cat is not feeling well, because they hide those illnesses very well, right? So it's hard to see sometimes. I think a dog, on the other hand, I think dogs, they show their illnesses pretty easily and pretty quickly to spot. Hello there, Rosemary. No worries about being late today. Rosemary, we're actually going to be going 2 hours today, so we got about another hour or so to go, so it's all good. No worries at all. Hello there, is it Marcia? Martacia? I'm sorry there, I'm just going to call you Yarn and Crafts. I don't want to butcher your name, but hello. Hope you're doing well today. All right, we're going to go back downstairs. We might even go back outside again for a little bit. And I'm going to hope to see if I can try to get Max on here, but he is in with my wife who is sleeping, her nappy time, so I don't want to bother her. So we're going to go out of Rosemary's room. We'll visit her one more time before we're done. I think everybody else is, downstairs. Zelda's under the bed and Max is under the bed. I feel bad for Max because before he got his neuropathy, he was out and about quite a bit. But since he's gotten it, he doesn't really come downstairs much because of the stairs. We carry him downstairs just so he can be downstairs for a little bit. It just doesn't happen much though. I'm trying, let's check out that big old belly. Yoda? What are you doing, Yoda? Hi. Yes, Yoda. I do swear these cats do meow. They just don't meow on live streams ever. Or unless they're getting kicked out of the screened-in porch, then they meow. Hello there, Pippa. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Mr. Yoda, he's liking that scratching. Hello there, Alexia. Hope you both are doing well. Oh, Yoda. I know, Yoda, all these cats want to bite me right now. Is it because I kicked you out of your screened-in porch? Look at Yoda's tail. It's so long. It can go all the way to his head nearly. All right, guys, let's go back outside. Baby. Baby. You want to go back out? Come on. Come on, Kit. Alexia, we're doing well. All of these kitties are doing well. Hope you're doing well too. What? Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. Come here, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. You're like, hello. I am the great baby. Happy Easter also for everybody in the chat who celebrate Easter. Pippa, I'm doing all right. I got about a week or so for my surgery. It's on Friday, so hopefully that goes well. And then I got Max has got his dental, so he's got a surgery of himself, for himself on Monday. Karma, have yourself a good rest of your week. Have yourself a good Easter, and we'll see you next time. Take care. So we got the baby out here, we got Kit out here, and we got Tine out here. We'll see if anybody else joins us here. Rosemary, you're doing Easter and Christmas tomorrow because everybody was sick. Okay. So there'll be Christmas presents and then chocolate bunnies, I guess, huh? Yes. Those who just joined recently, these lives normally last an hour. I am trying something a little bit new here today, and I'm going to go 2 hours. I might try to go 2 hours on Saturdays in the future. We'll just kind of see how this goes. Hello there, Sue S. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for stopping by. We're just kind of hanging out here with some of these cats here out on their screened-in porch. So I'm going to go 2 hours on Saturdays in the future. Next Saturday I won't because I will be recovering from a surgery. But I might pop on for a little bit just to say hello to some folks. We'll see. Rosemary, hope you don't get hoarse. Oh, you mean today, Rosemary? Well, I can always stop talking too. I feel like, to be honest with you, I sometimes feel like I talk too much during these live streams. I like to just, though, like, be engaged with those who are here and talk to y'all and stuff like that. I think I'll be okay. So you thought you missed it again? Nope. Glad that you're here. Happy Easter also to you, Sue. You doing anything in particular tomorrow? Ourselves, we're just kind of going to be hanging out with these kitties. And, not doing too much. Get right, baby. Pippa, thank you for the kind words on a successful surgery for myself and for Mr. Maximus. Sue, it depends on the weather. What's the weather looking like where you're at, Sue? As you can see out here in North Carolina, I mean, we got, pretty good skies out here. It's probably like 80 or so. Mostly sunny, I would say. I think tomorrow, though, is supposed to be a little cloudy, but not too bad. Meh. Kit. I know, Kit. You just want to just relax. You're like, leave me alone, human. I got birds to stare at. And evil thoughts about those birds. Oh, also, those who have just joined recently, we are starting on some physical therapy for Max and his diabetes, his peripheral neuropathy. So I'm going to probably do like a little short or maybe a little short little video on what kind of exercises, just some range of motion, just some like bicycle kicks for him. We bought a mat that's kind of like this mat a little bit, right? And imagine Max is here, right? And I'm gonna have him kind of up on his. I'm gonna kind of be holding his upper half, so his back legs are gonna be here, and they're weak, right? But what I'm gonna be doing is while I'm holding him up, he's gonna be trying to kind of like balance on these back legs and kind of strengthen those back legs a little bit. Because I've been doing some research with the neuropathy, and something that can help is doing a little bit of like gentle stretching, doing some exercises that kind of help them coming up on those back legs and just getting them stronger. Excuse me, can kind of help with the neuropathy as we get him regulated with his diabetes. Bruce, you can't believe it. After Pandora threw her fit about going inside, now she's not outside. Yeah, Pandora's a little funny sometimes, Bruce. Sometimes she's a little late to the party. We'll probably be out here for like another maybe 20 minutes or so, and I might call Pandora down and see if she comes. I mean, right now we just have the baby. We have Tiny over there, and we have Kid. So a lot of these cats are kind of up and down when it comes to going outside. Let me see if I can whistle and if anybody would come down or not. There's Yoda. Yoda's, though, he doesn't like being outside too much. He's too pampered and spoiled at being in the cool temperatures, he says. And then we got Tang over here, who's just hydrating. As Tranquil would say, hydration is key, which it is, very true. Pandora! Pandora! Pancakes! See if she comes. Yoda, are you Pandora? Yoda gets confused sometimes of who he is. Yoda? Hi. Did you get your voice box out here now? Did you? Because you're loud when the camera's off. Hello there, Tiffany Holden. Hope you're doing well today. If you are new to the channel, hello, hello. If you love cats, you are in the right place. We do have 9 altogether. And this community also helps cats in need as well. Hi, buddy. Tang? All right, let's go back outside. Make sure nobody's trying to escape the screened-in porch like Kit here. Baby. 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 What is it, baby? You subscribed, you do love kitties, and you adopted one just yesterday. Awesome. What kind of cat? Older cat? Younger cat? I hope all goes well with the adoption. First time adopter? You know, cats are always like potato chips. You just can't have one usually, right? Like they say. Orangey. Hey, kid, I know you're jealous. You got that look right there. You're like, why are you petting the baby when you should be petting me instead? Right, Kit? Kit. Right. I know that look in your face. I know the attention is not on you right now, honey, but you'll be okay. You look sad, kid. You look like a sad little kid at the moment. Come here. Oh, my chat froze here, so let me catch up. Sorry about that. Um, okay, so Tiffany, she's a calico, and she's a year old. Okay. Um, First time adoption, second cat. Oh, the other cat. I'm sorry to hear that the other cat passed away, Tiffany. Um, and Callie. Okay. That's cool, Tiffany. Our My wife and I, the first cat we had kind of as a couple before we got married was also a calico, and she was about a year old, roughly. She came from the streets, and we named her. We were very creative with our cats' names. These cats' names. Her name was Kitty. Kitty was a bit of a nutty calico, so I don't know if you've ever been around calicos or not, but to my experience, calicos can be very, how can I put this, split personality types, where they can be, rubbing and loving and just full of love and sweetness, but then the next moment they can, hiss and not scratch, but they can be a little wonky sometimes. That's been my experience. Like the baby here is a calico. She's very loving, but she's also nutty. Okay, you've had calico kitties growing up. Okay. Did you notice the same? Were your calicos the calicos that you grew up with were they a little nutty also, or were they sweet? I've heard both things. I mean, I've heard kind of back and forth, but just my experience, for whatever reason, calicos seem to be a little crazy. Oops, hold on. There we go. Cats, it's getting a little windy out here, isn't it? Ain't that right, boobers? Bruce Stinky is like that. uh, Tiffany, your husband, and the first one was a tortoiseshell. Okay. We have a tortoiseshell too that we'll show here in a little bit named Rosemary. Rosemary is one of our like 3 special needs cats. Out of these 9 cats that we live with, 3 of them are considered special needs. 2 diabetics and then 1 deaf kitty that also has a hyperthyroidism. Tranquil, we are all kind of crazy for sure. Pippa, yes. After my gallbladder surgery, that they will slap me around and tell me to wake up. But these cats slap me around most mornings, so I'm kind of used to it. Some they'll slap a little bit more than others. Some are a little bit more crazy. Hi, honey. You got that look in your face with those little slit eyeballs. Yes, you do. You going in, Orange? Bye, Orangey. Time, time. Tiffany, this calico, the baby, it looks like one of the calicos you had growing up. Awesome. Rosemary, you got to talk to your cats, right? And they talk back to you too. And you know what they're saying, though, also, right? Now, of course, I might have just sniffed way too much catnip, over the years and scooped too much litter during my time here with all these cats. So I might be a little, like, cat psychotic, perhaps. Well, Bruce, when you said that, when you come home from the hospital laying in bed with all your nine cats, I was actually, now I don't think this is going to work out, Bruce, but I was told, because they asked us, do we have like any animals that live with us and potentially sleep in our room? And I said, yes, we do have nine cats. And yes, most of them throughout the night do sleep in the bed. Um, So, because of all that, they recommended for at least 2 weeks for them not to be in the room, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Maybe a couple of nights, maybe, but not a couple of weeks. That's like impossible. Hello there, Charlotte. Hope you're doing well today. If you are new to the channel, Charlotte, hello and welcome. We do have nine cats here that we kind of live with, and part of the benefit of being in this cat family, Charlotte, is well, one, you get to see all these kitties, and two, you also get to be part of a community that helps saving cats in need, and helps out cats by donating all of our channel money earnings to cat rescue groups across the world. And we've been doing that since we've been making earning on this channel. We have about, and also if anybody wants to knows of a new place they would like the community to donate to, always just send me an email or leave me a comment. Right now we have about maybe 20, 22, 24 places that we donate. The bulk of them are in the U.S. We have a few in not Australia. Yeah, actually, we have a few in Australia. We have a few like over in Europe. Um, excuse me. We have a few up in Canada. So we are pretty much everywhere, or we try to be. Rosemary for sure. They definitely will cry and scratch at the door, and yes, we will definitely miss them. We'll probably have to go a night or two, just to recoup. But then after that, we probably will have them sleep in with us again. Especially somebody like the baby here, who is just used. She's kind of like glued to my hip, like Rosemary would be also. Pippa, what's the reason they don't allow cats in the room? Well, it wouldn't just be cats; it could be dogs also. The reason being is you just had a surgery, Pippa, and you have incisions. And when I had my exam from the doc a few weeks ago, I lift up my shirt, so they just like pressed down on my stomach, right? And they noticed I had like scratches, and like, where are these from? And they're like, well, they're from my cats. And they're like, oh, okay, how many do you have? I'm like, nine. Well, it's best if you don't have them in the room, at least for a couple of weeks after your surgery, so they don't accidentally like scratch or do something to those incisions. So that's the reason as to why. I mean, I understand it also. I mean, it makes sense, but it's not realistic to do that for a couple of weeks. A couple of nights. We probably will keep like Zelda in with us because, Zelda being 20 and being a little frail and just being a little older, we're good. And maybe even Max, because Max won't come up on the bed or anything. We might do that for like a couple of nights, and then after that, leave everybody else, bring everybody else in. Bruce, true, true. I mean, they're being overly precautious, which I understand. I mean, they don't want to, like have your incisions open up or anything. I mean, I get it. It's going to be hard to also because for like at least for first couple of weeks, like I'm not allowed to like hold or lift anything like over 8 pounds or so. And so that's gonna, and I'm not allowed to bend over really either. So my wife is gonna have the honor and the duty to literally pick up the duty in the litter boxes. So she will be, rolling some of those logs here for a couple of weeks or so herself. And she's probably only scooped litter like maybe 20 times in like 20 years. I want to say. I think I probably scooped, I don't know, tens of thousands of pounds of litter. Yes, no more log rolling for me for a few weeks. Yep. Pippa, you'll probably have 3 tiny incisions. They're afraid if you can't help, but yeah, true, Pippa. Yeah, there'll be like 3 or 4, Pippa. It's called like a keyhole procedure. There's like one around the belly button area, and then there are going to be like 3 on the right side, where the gallbladder is. So, oh, Bruce, I mean, right now I can't even pick up Tiny. I mean, I can, but Tiny's a struggle to pick up. I mean, I swear, I feel like that cat has gained more pounds, actually. We're going to have to weigh her. I think she's probably close to 20 pounds now. She is chunky. Pippa, yes, I could scoop the cat poop, right? But the problem with that is you're bending over, scooping it up, right? And then there's the pee, because the pee is the heavy stuff. The poop doesn't really weigh much, but the pee is what's very heavy, especially with all these cats, and with Zelda and Max in particular, because they're peeing quite a bit. Tranquil, you got to go. No worries. I hope you have a good rest of your day, Tranquil. And I hope you have a good Easter, whatever you wind up doing. I'll try to catch a live with you, Tranquil, if you're doing that tonight or tomorrow. If not, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you next time. Bruce, Tiny weighs 18 pounds, Bruce. The last time we weighed her, and she went to the vet also, she was at 18 pounds. And that was maybe like a month ago or so. I feel like she's gained more pounds, which is kind of really concerning. I mean, not to be like funny about this. I do joke about her weight. I mean, she's called tiny, but she's so big. Bless you, baby. But I am kind of concerned about Tiny, knowing that chunkier cats get diabetes or get other health issues quicker. So we are definitely worried about her health, because we don't want to have another diabetic on our hands. Because it's hard having 2 diabetics, to be honest. Sometimes it is a challenge with 2 diabetics in many aspects. The emotional toll, the financial toll, it can be. I think poor Maximus this year, he's because of all of his vet visits and the insulin and his dental that's upcoming. I think Max has probably spent around maybe $3,000 so far this year on just Maximus himself. Due to his medical stuff. So it can be quite a bit. Thankfully, though, we have the income to cover it. But it's not cheap. I can't. Yeah, a lot of that, Rosemary, is off of my wife's job. She's has a very good paying job working in clinical research, with the extra benefit of working from home. So she's always home, which is beneficial with all these cats. Yeah, for sure. It definitely does help to have extra. because you never know when an emergency might happen. You never know when if a disease might pop up and it kind of changes their life and it changes your life. So, all right, we're going to go a few more minutes out here, and then we are going to go back probably upstairs, and we're going to hang out with Rosemary for a little bit, and then we will be done. I am trying to get to 2 hours here today. So those who want to hang with me for that next half hour or so, awesome. And if not, no worries either on that end too. And if you are new, if you want to say hello, feel free to. And if not, that's cool too. Bruce, I've looked into that, and the problem with that, Bruce, is most of these cats are over a certain age, and because they're over like the age of 8, it costs a heck of a lot more, and then certain things are not, from my understanding, certain things are like not covered. Now, I could be wrong about that, and maybe it was just the pet insurance I was looking at. But I think you're like a lot of things that get like disqualified or are not available after like the age of 8. And with us, almost all of these cats are over the age of 8. The only ones that aren't under 8 years old are Tang and Tiny. Yoda is 8. Tang and Kit and Max are like 10 this year, and everybody else is over 10. So we have the old lady, old man crew. So that's my only problem with that. It's a good idea in theory, Bruce, and maybe Tang and Tiny, maybe especially Tiny because of her weight. Maybe that is something that we could definitely look into while she's still young. So it's definitely a potential. I am not surprised that the only one out here left is the baby and is Kit. Kit would live outside if she could, and the baby just loves the heat, loves the sun. She is a sun worshiper. Catatoo, they usually don't cover pre-existing conditions. I think the one I was looking at was the same. I think it was like Lemonade pet insurance I was looking at. Pippa plus if kitties have medical issues, the premium is expensive. Yeah. I mean, it's a good idea in theory, but I don't know. I don't know. I also heard like did some reviews that like if you bring your cat in and say, hey, I have cat insurance, they're like, awesome, but you still got to pay. You still have to pay everything up front, and then you get like reimbursed after the fact. And I've heard some horror stories where it's taking like weeks or months for you to like get a check cut or to get like something put into your bank account from these pet insurances. They're kind of, they slow walk the payments out. Oh, isn't that right, kid? I know you got your crazy mouth. Who's a good kidder? She's got that good nose. She's a good girl. Oh, Kit. Kit, was that necessary? You're dramatic, honey. I know, let's look at those daggers. Bruce, if I lived next to you, your daughter would be your vet for 75% off. Awesome. Bruce, that's why I want to, I know we've talked on the phone, like me getting, when I was telling you I might be getting back into the animal world as like an assistant or a technician. And that is definitely one major benefit is, working for an animal hospital. Normally you have very good benefits. You may not get paid like a ton, but it kind of makes up for it because like exams are normally free, which is like amazing because I don't know about y'all, but we pay about an exam for our kitties at where we go to. It's a great vet. I mean, we like the vets. They do really a good job for all these cats. But still, regardless, I mean, our exams are about $70, I think, for just an exam, and then it just, it goes on higher from there. But most exams cost nothing for as an employee. And then like a lot of like medications or procedures, blood work, surgeries, dentals, things like that are like 50% off, 30 to 50% off. So that's like saving a ton also. For like example, like upcoming Max's Dental, we got like the estimate right, and it's a range because it is going to depend on if Max has some of his teeth extracted or not. So the range is anywhere from about 600 to about 1,000. And obviously it'll cost more if he has more teeth or has teeth extracted, of course. So Catitude, you pay 75, so that's about what we're at. Rosemary, that would be good. Visits now are about 80 to 90. Rosemary, you live out west though, don't you? California, I want to say, I think. So I'm not surprised about it being costing more out there if it is in California. Pippa, here in Canada, all insurance only covers 80%. Different plans. You talking about like human health insurance, Pippa, or cat health insurance? All right, we're gonna go back in, guys. Come on, Kit. Come on, Kit. Come on. We gotta go in, honey. Go on. All right, baby. We're gonna do this game again. Baby, come on. Come on. Come on. Baby, come on, honey. You're like, I don't want it, baby. We got no. We're not gonna slip just on one thing to the other. Let's go, baby. Really? Did I ever say calicos are stubborn? Because this one sure is. Come on, baby. Hi. Come on. Let's get our scrawny little butt. I know, you're just gonna flop back down, aren't you? Come on. Come on. Are you gonna go inside the Rice Krispies box? Your sun tanning's in there. Come on. Baby. No. Really, baby? I know, Yoda. Some cats, huh? Come on. Oh. Come on. Get in there. You stubborn kitty cats. Goodness. All right. Let's go upstairs. Let's first talk to Yoda for a minute. Yoda? Yoda. Oh, Yoda. You gonna kick that back leg out, buddy? Why? I know, you're a goofball. You are the major head goofball of the house. I know, you gotta mark everything, don't you? Here, Yoda, let's get your toy out for just a second. You want your butterfly? I know, you never can quite catch it, can you, Yoda? Hi, Tiny. Are you jealous? Bruce, you heading out? Have a good weekend, Bruce. Have a good Easter. Enjoy that steakhouse. I hope we'll see you probably on Tuesday, I do believe. Yeah, I think Tuesday. So have a good one. Nom, 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 nom. Chew, 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 chew. Tiny, you eating again? See, look. Can you see how big this cat is? I don't know if seeing it on film gives her justice, but look at that girth. Yes, Tiny, I am talking about you. I'm sorry, honey. Look at that girth. She's like 4 Rosemarys put together. I mean, we call her Earthquake sometimes, and she rocks the scratching posts when she gets up on them. She gotta lose weight. All right, let's go up. Sorry, Tine. I know I'm making fun of you, but I'm worried about you and your weight. You weigh a little too much, honey. And it's not like you're a big cat. You're a little stubby little thing. It's like you're a little munchkin almost. I know, girl. Hi, Tang. Oh, the beast. Got the belly of the beast. All right, speaking of the beast, let's go visit Rosemary. Yes, the little gremlin is sleeping. Hi, honey. Yeah, Tiffany, this is the tortoiseshell that lives with us. Rosemary. She is probably a favorite of most, I think, that visit the live streams. She's deaf. We don't know if she was born deaf or not. She is also has hyperthyroidism, so she has medication for that. Where her thyroid just makes her metabolism go like really, 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 really fast. So she eats a lot, but she doesn't gain any weight. Um, she's been dealing with that for a few years now. There is a procedure that would help that, but she doesn't weigh enough for it because in order to do this procedure, they have to be off of their medication for a couple of weeks. And the problem with being off of their medication means that their thyroid goes even faster. So they're eating even more food, but they're losing weight. So, and she's only about a little over 5 pounds. She's always been a small cat since she's been with us. Um, so if we could ever get her closer to like 6 pounds, we would be good with taking her off of her med for 2 weeks because it's got to be off for 2 weeks. Um, And for the most part, she's stable with her medication. Sometimes her T4, which checks her thyroid level, sometimes it's a little higher, sometimes it's a little lower. Um, but it's normally always like within, it's supposed to be like within 1 to 5, the value between 1 and 5, and it's normally in there. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more, but so that's a little bit more of her story. All these cats have stories, of course, as all kitties have stories. Most of these cats are rescues or foster fails. This particular one is a rescue. You get the mousey? You get the Persies? Oh, got a little spring cleaning, so we'll just check out her one paw. Yes, the other thing about her also that I don't think some people believe me when I say this is because she's deaf, she has a incredibly loud meow. There is a short that I did, or maybe it was a long form video on the channel somewhere where it kind of you can hear her loudness, and she gets so loud sometimes we can hear her outside, like say if we're coming from the grocery store or something and she sees us, or she's just having what we call a moment. We can hear her upstairs from outside, and she's in her own room now because she doesn't get along well with the others. We've tried integrating her with the other 8, but unfortunately, she goes a little psycho on them, spits, hisses, growls, becomes a little demon cat. And because of that, she is in her own room, but we get her out several times during the day. So she has outside this room access as well. And then the other 8 are in other rooms then. You want to sniff that? Very quickly, her rescue story was her owner, and I don't really like the term owner, but her owner wanted to euthanize her, put her down, because she couldn't take care of her anymore. And it's like, really? Really? Um, but thankfully, the hospital staff that I was working at a hospital at the time, the veterinarian staff, took a look at her, did an exam on her, and said, "We will not put this cat down. We cannot put this kitty down. Just because you want us to. It just can't, it's not going to work that way." So they just took her off of their hands. And long story short, eventually I asked if I could bring her home with me to bring her in with our group. And they said yes. And here we are, like a few years later. Couldn't be a veterinarian. Yeah. Think you'd try to like grow an attachment to all of them and bring them all home. Uh, excuse me. Catitude, to answer your question, no. Uh, we might, it's been a little while, Catitude, since we tried, like introducing slash integrating her with the others, where we'd have like her out, for example, and we would have like our most chill kitty, like Tang, who's pretty chill and calm. But the second she would see him, she would kind of dart up to him or kind of rush up, excuse me, run up to him with kind of the crazy eyes and the growling, like she's ready to rumble. So it's not safe for her, unfortunately. And being that she's deaf, I think quite often the other cats would probably not purposefully, but she can't hear them coming, so they could get up behind her, spook her, and then we have like a potential bad situation with a cat fight going on, and cats can be very um, vicious with each other. I've seen some very nasty cat fights, as I'm sure probably some of you might have too, during your lives. Cats can be just crazy. I think cats are worse than like dogs fighting. Or she might be the one picking on others. Catitude, she might be the bully. And we already have Kit, who is kind of somewhat the bully with the others. All right, I said I'm going to go to 2 hours, but I think just as an endurance, I got close to 2 hours. This is something I think just got to build up steam with. I'm probably going to close here in about 3 minutes. So an hour and 50. So close to 10 minutes or 2 minutes or 2 hours, I mean, but not quite there. But it's a good little run. It's a good little test. I might do this on future Saturdays, go for closer to 2 hours than one, just so more people, if they catch, hey, you can come on in kind of thing. Um, so, but I think I'm going to go in about 2 minutes or so. I obviously appreciate all of you who have kind of hung out with me for the last hour and 48 minutes now. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I hope you have a good Easter if you celebrate it. Tiffany, it was nice kind of getting to know you a little bit, talking to you. We do lives normally on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesdays normally at nighttime, like around 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Saturdays normally around 2 o'clock in Eastern Standard Time. Have shorts, have videos, have a whole bunch of fun stuff. I hope you all have like I said, a good Easter, a good rest of your week. Remember, as always, I always tell people, if you are thinking of adopting a cat, think about adopting a senior cat, because those senior cats, they need to be adopted. The kittens, they'll get adopted out. Kittens normally don't like last very long in a like a shelter situation. People pick out the cute little fuzzy little kittens, but it's the seniors, the older cats, that tend to just languish and perish. I hate to say it that word, but it's true sometimes in shelters. Um, so think about adopting a senior kitty. Always speak up for those who cannot. Our feline friends, advocate for them as always. And I will see y'all on a next live stream, or possibly in a video through the comment section. Until then, take care. God bless. Bye bye. And we will see you all next time. Take care.